All right, happy Thursday, guys. Today's home workout, we've got a for time workout, starting the round or the chipper with a 400-meter run. Once you've done that run, we're going into 21, 15, 9, quick, fast-paced workout here of right side single arm clusters, burpee over dumbbell, left side single arm clusters. So you'll be doing 21 in that first round, 15 in the second, and then your last round of 9. You're only doing that 400-meter once, and it's before you start that 21, 15, 9. Now, for this style of workout, we're looking at a high-intensity run here, but we're not going at a full sprint, almost trying to mimic that pace that we would be going at for the 21, 15, 9. Once you come back from that run, you're gonna go for those clusters, so you're basically combining a squat clean and a thruster together on that right side. Then we're going burpees over the dumbbell. You go lateral or facing that dumbbell. Then left side, single arm clusters before you start the 15s, which go back to the clusters again for the right side there. Now 21 is going to be a little slower, 15 gets a little bit faster, and then 9 you want to kind of sprint on. Kind of a common theme this week with the workouts, we're trying to go fast, go a little bit slower at the beginning and then end off fast. With this one, similar to kind of Monday's workout where we'll be going a little slower in the beginning, then we're going to finish off fast in the end there. So great workout here to really work on that threshold, getting a little bit uncomfortable in those clusters or those burpees. It's definitely going to get you gas there, but make sure you're finding a pace in the beginning that you're consistent with, and then you can gradually up that speed as you go. Once you finish that tough workout there, we're going to go for that afterburner. Afterburner here is just a stretch, cool down, bring that heart rate down, stretch out those glutes, because you'll be doing a lot of those squatting mechanics in the clusters. So pigeon stretch for that glute, and then we'll be doing a strengthening piece for that glute. So once we've stretched it, we want to be able to strengthen those ranges of motion that we just opened up. So we'll see you guys next for the warm-up videos, and I hope you guys enjoy the workouts. Alright guys, so we're here for that warm-up. We're going to start off with some quick joint mobility for those ankles. So we're going to do some lateral ankle tilts. So you're going to stand in that hip width stance, then you're going to put that foot forward that you're going to go for those tilts with. You're going to stay nice and tall, look straight ahead, and then you're going to roll that ankle out to the side. So in that lateral direction, really slowly with a nice flow to it, so make sure it's not really choppy. I don't want you guys going way too fast out to the side. Really try to focus on the ankle joint rolling up to the side and then back in again. You're going to do 5 on one side, then switch your stance, do 5 on the opposite side. Again, go nice and slow, looking straight ahead and staying tall. Then we're going to go into medial tilt, so we're going to roll that ankle inwards this time. We're going to go into a wide stance here, bend the knees a little bit, and we're going to roll that ankle inwards, then back to that center position. We're going to go 5 again with that left leg, and then switch 5 on that opposite side. So again, focus here is really trying to move that ankle inwards with the medial tilt, and the lateral tilt, we're trying to push that ankle out to the side as much as we can. After that, guys, we're going to get into that warm-up. So we're going into 3 sets here. We're starting off with a quick little complex 6 and 6 Spiderman lunges plus a side kick through. So kind of from that animal flow you might have followed yesterday. That's one of the moves you'll see there, guys. We're going to start in our push-up position. We're going to bring our foot forward into that lunge position here. We're going to drop that elbow down, feeling that stretch. Then we're going to bring that foot back. Then we're going to lift that one leg up, get that foot through, making sure that elbow's locked out, my hips are all the way open, my foot is out. Bring that foot back into the center position. Then we can do the opposite side. So bring that foot to that Spiderman lunge. Back here. Then we're going to roll out to the side, hips open. Then back to that neutral position. So 6 total on, 6 per side here. Once you're done that, find yourself a weight or 2 weights here. You're gonna go for some single-legged deadlifts with a fly at the end. So arm fly there. We're gonna really try to get to a position we feel stable before we do that fly. So we're gonna come down nice and slow. Find that position we're stable. Then we're gonna go for that nice fly there, squeezing our back in again, then open up the hips. Same thing, go back down with that same leg. Stable position, back nice and flat. Go for that fly, back in again, and then stand all the way through. Notice my back leg was a little bit bent there, so try to keep that leg straight as well. It'll help with your balance. So bending over, keeping that leg nice and straight as best you can. Fly, and then back up again. 8 on one side, then 8 on the opposite side, guys. Once you're done with those flies, with one weight here, we're gonna go for another complex again. Front rack lunge, plus a knee raise at the end. So we're gonna hold that weight on that one side, and we're gonna lunge with the opposite leg. So we can go for that reverse lunge, legs going back here. Then we're gonna stand up through it and bring our knee as high as we can. Then go back to that neutral position. So again, front rack position, elbow nice and tall. We're gonna reverse lunge, keep that shin nice and vertical to the floor. Then I'm going to come up for that knee raise, then back to that neutral position. So when you do the opposite side switch and do the same thing, so again, going for that reverse lunge, staying tall, really trying to load the hamstring and the glute. Then at the top, I'm going to go for that knee raise, then back down again. So 10 and 10, 10 on the left leg, 10 on the right leg, and then we'll repeat those sets 2 more times to get ourselves ready for the workout. We'll see you guys next for the workout movements. All right, so for those clusters today, that cluster movement is basically 2 movements combined into one. We're making that squat clean combined with that thruster there. So with your object, guys, you can use a dumbbell. If you have a paint can or anything like that, you guys can use that. For that single arm cluster, we're gonna start from the floor. So back and chest up nice and tall. From here, looking straight ahead. Drive through our legs as hard as we can. As that dumbbell comes up, we're going to pull through and catch it in that clean position. And from there, we're following through with that squat all the way down. After that squat, we're standing up and using the power from our hips to drive that dumbbell up and finish that thruster portion of the cluster. So then we'll bring that dumbbell back down and then restart the movement. So what it looks like, a little bit faster, coming up, catching in that squat with the butt back, chest up nice and tall, using that drive out of the bottom of the thruster, or the bottom of the front squat to drive that dumbbell overhead. So again, if you don't feel comfortable going from the floor, you can also go from that hang position, so just above those knees. You're going to drive up, catch. If you don't feel like you're able to catch it all at once, catch it in a power position with the butt back, then follow through with the squat and drive that dumbbell overhead. It's a great tool to work on the cycling or your weightlifting cycling here, guys. Really try to be breathing the entire time, especially when you're at the top, breathe out. As you're doing that squat clean and you're coming down, make sure your breath is nice and tight, you're keeping the trunk tight so that you can really utilize the power from your body to drive that dumbbell overhead. That will be the cluster for today.
Where do you position your rope for your burpees? Then from there, you're going to go into your burpees. So 3 to 5 burpees, finding that rhythm of what the speed is going to be. Are you stepping into it? Are you jumping up for it? Play around with it. What works for you? You hopefully had a good workout, got that done under 15 minutes. Now it's time to cool off and get some glute stretching and activation. So starting off with the pigeon pose here, guys. We're gonna go for 60 seconds aside. You're actually gonna start at that high plank, so that push position. He's gonna drive his knee up towards his wrist. His heel is in line, in his case, in line with his knee. Now, if you don't have that flexibility, that's fine. You can lower that heel down a bit. I know sometimes myself, if I have my heel a little higher, I create a little bit of impingement in my hip, so I gotta find that right position to not feel that impingement. So Play around with it based on your flexibility. You're trying to stretch out the glute on that side. 2, you're also trying to stretch out your hip flexor by bringing your hip towards the floor or towards your heel. By doing that, you're stretching the hip flexor. You can get a little bit deeper in your stretch by dropping down towards your elbows or the floor, which again, it will intensify your stretch a little bit more. And if that's available to you, go right ahead. You're hanging out there for a minute total, so maybe you don't start there, you work up to that, okay? After you've done that for 1 minute, you're gonna do the other side for 1 minute, okay? Once you've completed both sides, then you're gonna go into your glute, hip stretch, and activation. So find yourself a spot on the wall. You're gonna cross over, so one heel's on the wall, you're gonna cross over, then you're gonna lower your hips down towards the floor. As you lower your hips down to the floor, you're stretching the glute there. So while you're stretching the glute, you're gonna create some activation. So what we wanna see today is you're gonna push your knee down towards the wall, okay, which gets a little bit deeper stretch in your glute. Do that for about 10 seconds. Then you're gonna bring your knee in, where you gotta use your adductor to bring it up and in to activate that muscle. Hold that for about 10 seconds. You're gonna repeat that back and forth, about 10 seconds each position for a total of 1 minute before you switch sides. So again, this is not just a stretch. You are stretching your glute, but you're also activating your adductor, which is gonna help those hips feel a lot better. Start off the week and from that workout, okay? Have fun with this, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.